What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this RWBY discussion. This time, Volume 7, Episode 10, Out in the Open. As always, I'm your host, Connor. With us, we have Travis Asdune.
Wait, what?
With us, we have Travis to my left.
Hey.
And to his left, we have Mike.
What's up, y'all?
It's Travis. Yo, Travis S. Dude. Wait, this isn't the fucking D&D.
Every other time I fuck up the introduction to the discussion. Every other time.
Hey, that's just comedic gold right there.
Yeah.
Dude.
What was that one thing I said? Like, let's jump into the potatoes.
I don't even remember. I forget. Oh, what? We're about to do what?
All right. Well, let's hop into this here. The episode opens up with a continuous shot of the Grimm breaking into Mantle and attacking civilians. Pretty gruesome scene. Sort of. Gruesome. Kid-friendly gruesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was not as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to see that the soldiers do a lot better than the robots.
Yeah,
they were actually shooting them down. Not that there was a whole lot they could do against the mammoths. Or I mean, the primer J-lists.
I have no idea if they've actually got a canon name yet. Let's check. Megaliath.
Yours is so much better.
Mine is so much better than that. I get that it's probably going off of like a mix of the Goliath. This is a Megaliath. Like a Megalodon might be the play of the name.
No, that's just awful. It's okay though.
Primer Jails is absolutely a better name though. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
So it is pretty cool.
It was almost Megaliath sounds kind of lazy if you ask me.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's like naming your Grim Keith.
Wow.
Watch out for Keith.
or John.
Some ill feeling.
We do see an actual alpha version of the Megaliath though, so
yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool.
But we'll get there, I guess. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, what about your girl jumping off that building? Here, kitty! Wham!
Yeah,
Slam.
That's when I saw that. The only thing that went through my mind is that must have been so painful for her because she just landed on her ass like that.
Yeah, right on the street, right on that icy street. Oh my god!
That are protected here.
I guess so, but still.
And then you can tell that they've been fighting Grimm for a while after that because she's like smiling, like, "Yeah, I got him." Then all of a sudden, more come around the corner. So you can tell this has been going on for a minute or two, where they've been just fighting Grimm constantly.
Yeah, I think the main goal of like these opening shots is to illustrate like exactly how the teams are separated at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see that there's Weiss, Nora, and I always forget his name. Wolf Boy. Marrow, that's it. Thank you.
Cool name.
Yeah,
every time you make me forget, and then I'm like, God dang. It was like on the tip of my tongue.
And then after we see them and they're set up, we see that Blake is running away from some Grimms, kind of a bait tactic. But she seems to be being chased by some Arctic version of the Ursa, which I think is interesting, that it's not just more saber tusks or whatever they're fucking called. But she is currently working with Elm and Yang.
Yeah, and freaking Elm made me think, wow, this is more like Naruto than I thought, because she just throws that shit up in the air. I'm
like it was nothing.
I'm like, you know what? I used to talk about Haku picking up a tree. Now I don't even fucking care. I mean, that's just, I mean, if she can pick that thing up and throw it in the air like that, I mean, Haku, you do it. You do it, man.
Maybe she can only do that because she's not really human. Who knows?
But I mean, just the teamwork with those three is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I love when she threw the when she put the I'm guessing those are like dust bombs or something on the bottom of it.
That was from the
Boom.
upgrade of her shotgun, the remote explosives.
That's fucking awesome.
Or maybe her semblance is more than just like being rude.
That could be. Might also strengthen her.
So I'm trying to provide like counter.
But you know, I mean, like, do
I don't want it to happen.
semblances normally do something like that? Make you more stronger, and that
It varies from semblance to semblance. It's just like superpowers. Some suck, some are great.
Because it's magic. My theory is like semblances are magic, or like they're the remnants of magic anyway. But they still haven't like really said anything about that.
Yeah.
sounds like a stupid theory. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang.
I mean,
That's
obviously
exact.
the girl is thick. I mean, the girl is very thick, and they've always talked about her being how strong she is, and she's a bigger girl, so it makes sense for her to be, you know, strong like that. But I mean, later in the episode, you see Ruby trip the giant Goliath thing with her scythe, so you're like, I mean,
Maybe they're just paperweight.
Well, she cut through it. I don't know. All right, we're just gonna keep
we'll get that. We'll get that.
Some interesting questions posed.
Then we cut to your boy Connor.
Yeah, we cut to
talking on
Clover and Crow.
But who's he talking to on the phone?
So,
on the headset?
I think he's talking to Hill that time. Because he refers later in the episode that he'd been called over, or that or Hill refers that she'd called him over, that her Ironwood did. But it could be that he's also talking to someone else.
He says, yes, sir.
He could have been talking to Ironwood.
He could have been talking to Ironwood. But when then Crow says, he says, new orders, and then nothing after that. Just cuts it off. So I'm starting to lean towards Connor's theory on this, that maybe he's hiding something. Like maybe in the next episode, something bad's gonna happen. Like all of a sudden, he's gonna turn on him. He's gonna be there with Tyrion. It's gonna be them two against them two.
Yeah,
Could be.
It did raise an air of suspicion, but to an extent, like I still can like kind of believe he's a good guy, and I think there's something else behind it. It's
just that his whole persona is like forcing you to make you think that he's the good guy.
Yeah,
but I mean, there's just too much secrecy, and too little subtle hints of things. You can't ignore it.
I had a weird thought when I was rewatching the episode. Is like, what if it's Ozpin giving him the orders somehow? Why? That's why he would go get Oscar, but I don't know what that would relate to anything else.
That supports my ghost theory.
Maybe Ozpin's like taking over Oscar and just like, I'm keeping all these memories locked away so that way Oscar can't figure out what's going on. For him, it's just like he blacked out for a moment. I think it's unlikely, but I don't know.
Yeah, probably unlikely.
Ghost theory. Nah, I think so. There has to be something else going on because he's mentioned previously, or I guess he's kind of implied that he has some kind of history with Hill, and now it seems like he has some kind of history with Tyrion.
With Tyrion, yes.
He had a grudge, and I was like, all right, so what's going on between him? How does he know Hill?
Or was he even talking about having a grudge with Tyrion? What if he was talking about something else, and then we find out next episode he's somebody having a grudge with Hill?
Could be.
The way it was explained, because I rewatched that part a couple of times to make sure I heard it right, and I was like, oh, so he didn't specifically say against Tyrion. He just said, you're not the only one with a grudge here, or something like that. And I was like,
like me at work, they choose their words as carefully as possible to leave just like an air of mystery.
This way I'm not lying to you, but I'm also not telling the truth.
Well, I can't promise you. However, this is what we can do. You'll never know.
So then we cut forward to the people. They're kind of like having a lull in the fighting. Nora's watching over them, and they're just getting upset. Oh, Atlas is abandoning us. Why aren't they escorting us? Blah, blah, blah. And they're just getting angrier and more bitter. And wow. These people are fucking idiots.
It's
Negative
funny.
emotions join the Gwim, so that's all fucking form an angry mob. Wah.
And it's hilarious whenever they come on the screen and they're talking to him, how sudden it's just like, oh, okay, we're cool.
It's oh my god.
Just the attitude change immediately.
Oh, there's a fucking line coming up. So that screen comes up. Hill is addressing the people with Ironwood at her side, using her semblance to show he's telling the truth the whole time. And they tell pretty much the whole truth. Everything except for the fact that Salem is unkillable.
Mm. Which is probably waiting on, I'm guessing.
Mm.
He's still.
That was the line. Ruby was like, he's actually doing it. No fucking shit, Ruby. What the fuck did you think he was gonna do? I'm gonna tell the world the truth. God, guys, I just don't know about this. What if, like, he doesn't after every distrustworthy thing he's done in his life?
Hey, what's the dude with the long hair's name? Ren. I mean, how cool is he? You know,
Ren is sexy.
My favorite characters, yeah.
He's freaking cool as hell, man. Jumping through the air like that. That's how I want my character to be sometime when Dune dies. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Dune might die. You never know. Remember, the only thing linking Fluff right now to your team is Dune. Question is, will Bueller hold that grudge?
Come on, it's not my turn to have a story in this.
Or is it?
Oh no.
I knew this. After I saw this, I was like, I was like, all right, like this is one of the things I know Connor is gonna like go off.
Freaking the semblance I hate the most out of all these guys is in this next part. So it's John and what was his name again? Ren.
Yeah.
Ren, and then I don't know what the other guy's name is.
Oh, Vine.
Vine, the one with the long arms. Just how
it was so easy to shove the Grim to the side. That's one of the things I've hated for a while now, is how easy the Grim are to just shove out of the way in the show. They went from being this overwhelming threat that it's like, we have to keep these things at bay constantly, to I am a single man and I will clear a street of the Grim just by pushing them.
And I know it's a semblance, but I mean, how don't you have to have? I mean, you'd think you have to have some sort of strength to be able to hold them back like that.
Yeah.
Even though it's your semblance, that's still a ton of Grim you're holding back, and those things they're not pushovers.
Or maybe they all weigh as much as paper.
I'm gonna chalk it up to magic. That would definitely support my theory. You don't need an explanation.
But I completely agree with you. That it's upsetting, honestly. The Grim are supposed to be a threat, and they haven't seemed like a threat since Volume 3.
After the big fall.
It's kind of like in The Walking Dead, if you ever watched that show, where at first, like all those, like the first 3 or 4 seasons, where it's like it's all about the zombies, and you're just like, oh my god, and those were the seasons that were good because it was all about the zombies, and all of a sudden you're talking about the zombies aren't even a thing anymore. They see a zombie, it's just like done.
It's like people, like that's
now it's the people that now it's other people that we're scared of. Oh, look, a zombie. Okay, who cares? You know.
Yeah,
the zombies were the cool part of that show, and then they took them. They like made them like these Grim, where it's just like, okay, they're there, and part.
But it does feel really weird, the fact that they can break into the city and do all this damage and cause so much of a freak out, but then this one guy just.
I mean, that is an OP. That's OP if he's able to do stuff like that.
Yeah. He should. What he needs to do is just go up to the wall and just stretch his arms across. They can't do anything then.
And the fact that they're not even able to squeeze out of there at all. I mean, they're like cats, right? And cats, if you ever held a cat, they don't tense up like a dog, dude. They're like, they like fall flat and go limp. And I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem very realistic.
Yeah. It just feels like a fake threat. But we'll continue on here. Ironwood just gives one hell of a rallying speech. And I think it's a very good speech. I think it's very true to his character. I think it's a very motivational one. There's a little bit of a strategy in there to even lure Watts into Amity Arena.
Yeah, I love that. And then also Raven said that she'll be, what was it, Sector 17 or Sector 7 or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about Hill.
What's her name?
Robin.
It's Robin. I said Raven.
Yeah, Raven is Yang's
Robin.
mom. I was like, Raven's not in this episode.
I'm
like,
I'm trying to get there. Robin.
Miss Hill.
Yeah.
I did love when John was like, "All right, everybody, fall in line."
Yeah. Show them how to do it, kids.
even like Vine was like, "Where did you learn that?" You know.
I don't remember exactly what the lady says. It's like morning walks, whatever.
Morning something route. I don't even remember.
Morning school route.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, see that? So in this, there's one in this. While the speech is going on, there are a few things that we do cut to. And one of them is Tyrion and Watts, with Watts being shocked about the Amity project. So it makes it pretty clear that Clover isn't working with him, at least.
Yeah, because Clover knew about it.
You're right.
So he would have told him.
Mm.
And he just like you said, he was just like, "How did you keep this from me?" And it's just like he was so certain he knew everything, but even he can't get into everything so far. So it had to draw him in.
I need to know everything.
Yeah, that's just how he is. He has to have his hand in everything.
And so he pretty much gives Tyrion a task of creating more chaos. Because if there's anything that can do it more than a grim invasion, it's you, Tyrion. And so it's implied that he's going to attack Hill with that whole Sector 17 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to Cinder and Neo. And Cinder's mad because they were supposed to attack Vacuo next, and the timeline changed. I assume this is because of the information about Ozpen, but I don't know.
So I don't really remember Neo earlier in the story before this that much. Can she not talk?
She's mute.
When she changes into somebody else, can she talk then, or
no?
Still not?
That's just a pure visual transformation. Technically, it's not even a transformation. It's just it's like she pretty much puts herself in like a glass mirror around herself that just makes you think it's someone else. But you can
tell that she's upset that she's not part of the equation anymore. That she doesn't know what's going on, and that she's out of the loop.
She wants Ruby. She wants revenge on Ruby.
Oh yeah, Neo does.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Cinder. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, she's left out of the loop, and all Neo wants is revenge on Ruby, and she's pissed off because she's not getting it right now.
But it looks like Cinder might get her Winter Maiden powers, as they're going to try and bait Ironwood into giving that secret away. Meanwhile, Ironwood's doing his own bait, so it's just kind of, I don't know, bait and switch technique going on, something like that. I don't know.
An old switcheroo.
Yeah, that's never backfired before.
Yeah. And Neo, we do see that she transforms into Ruby. I wonder if that's ever going to happen again.
It just seems like you could really fuck things up with something like that.
Oh man, like she transforms into like Ren and just completely ignores Nora, something like that.
Oh dude, what if she kills
sabotages their relationship? That'd be interesting. I don't think that Neo would do that. But it's possible. Especially with them having that relationship built up, yeah, I see what you're getting at.
That's just like too perfect. Like, hey, I'm supposed to steal this relic from him, but accidents happen, and I could beat out Ruby.
What if Neo falls in love with Oscar?
GG. That'd be, and then he wears the hat. She offers him the hat, and then he's like the new.
And then all of a sudden, there's a third spirit in the head, and it's the spirit of Torchwick.
Torchwick is like,
like the fucking hat's a rite of passage or something.
I'm so happy that she still has that hat, though. It makes me so fucking happy.
Torchwick lives on.
And Neo's one of the best girls because of that.
Like hat too.
Yeah. Takes work to make a bowler hat look cool.
Hey man, what about that rocket launcher? That thing's fucking OP. I mean, shit, dude.
Yeah,
Hold up.
Shoots 2 shots and it kills 2 of the mammoths.
Like it's nothing. Nothing at all.
I mean, it's like, have these things taken damage already? I don't even fucking know. They're dead.
And that's Elm. We reveal that her weapon is a rocket launcher. Also has RL-004 on it. Don't know if that means anything, but
I love the sudden glimpse, the little glimpses of Penny going across the sky too, like this.
she like came from outside of the city though, so I'm confused.
Like, yeah, where was she doing? What was she doing out there?
Yeah.
Where was she at?
Was she like
I
flying?
guess she was in Atlas, or maybe the arena.
Well, it looked like the Amity Arena is the only thing that makes sense from what I'm thinking of where she would have come from. But
Oh, I guess she could have flew. She could have flew because later in the episode you see that Ironwood's out there. She could have flew him out there, I guess.
which is a possibility. But then how did Watts get out there? I feel like they had the time advantage either way. Like Ironwood could have just taken a car and been fine.
I don't know. He definitely wanted to get there before him to set up.
You know what she just so. Am I tripping or like so when she shot the rocket launcher and killed 2 of them, weren't there 3 that were running around that corner?
I don't know.
Let me look at this again because I swear, like, did I just?
Now that you say that, let me reference.
Yeah, when I looked at it, I was like, well, hold up.
1, 2, 3. Like, that's 3 of them running around the corner.
Because I questioned it in my head when I watched it, but I think I just like glossed over it. But when you said that, I was like, that just triggered my memory. And I was like, there were more Grim than she shot.
There were 3, and then there was only 2 left there. Yeah, you're right.
So like, what happened to the other? They just like, all right, I'm about to just hit these jets because like,
All right, boys, I'm about to head on out. You want anything from the gas station or?
I guess 2 shots killed 3. You know.
I mean, I definitely saw 2 explosions.
I don't know.
So,
I
mean,
I didn't run around that corner.
All right, we just gonna move past it. And maybe you just hit the jets. It was like, nah. All right.
I said, "Oh shit."
I don't want any of that.
Roll them up.
And anybody else think there's gonna be a winter Cinder fight?
I do. I think that that's what's going to happen. I think that Cinder is going to try and bait in Ironwood to say that she's on the way to the Winter Maiden, blah blah blah. And I think Winter is going to react instead, since she's pretty much following Ironwood's footsteps.
It's going to be It's pretty much going to be a repeat of what happened with Pura.
That's what I expect.
Rest in peace. It'll be different this time.
No.
Show him Pura.
Somehow she'll still get it. I don't think, you know what? I almost think that she won't, if it does happen that way, she won't beat Winter. Like maybe she'll have to Neo will go and get the Winter Maiden and get out of there. And then she'll end up like getting out of there, like limping away or running off or something at the end. And then they'll still have the Winter Maiden.
It could be. I don't think it's how it's going to happen, but it could be.
At the rate it's going, I think Weiss is actually gonna end up as the Winter Maiden.
It pretty much looks like it's going to be only one of 2 things is going to happen. Either Cinder's going to get it or Weiss is going to get it. I guess Winter could actually get it. Maybe some rando.
Or some rando.
Is whoever was the last person in her mind. Maybe she instead thinks of someone super weird, like who's the most obscure character I can think of? Velvet, the bunny girl.
Would it be crazy if Neo got it? Like she, like I said, she's taking her out of there.
Holy shit! I love that.
Neo
off of live, like they get off of live support, and then Neo gets it.
I fucking love that.
I'm just saying. Like Neo, oh my gosh, she transforms herself to look like Winter, and goes in there and gets her out. I mean, anybody else feeling this? I mean, it feels like it's funny.
That's a definite possibility.
It would be a very interesting way to split them up.
Because then she's a force. She can be a force on her own because she has her own objective. And it's like it's only one objective that she has. But I wonder if she can be swayed though.
I think a theory has been born.
Like I wonder if she has a chance to like drop the feelings of vengeance.
I don't think
become a good character.
That's what you
We don't
want.
know her
Mike.
backstory. Well, I don't know her backstory enough to be like she's just like this rotten character. Cause I like her character, but I don't know enough about her.
And then we see the Primer Jailus.
Then we see the real Primer Jailus, or as it's referred to in the RWBY canon, the Megaliath Alpha.
The big
That
boy.
thing's huge.
Oh yeah, it looked cool as fuck.
This part is one of my favorite parts in the whole thing because it kind of disproves the theory of Connors a little bit.
Sort of. We're gonna get to that here. So first off, it's RWBY, Penny, and Harriet doing this fight. RWBY tries to use her eyes. She fails. RWBY, you fucking failure.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
She was just trying, because I thought maybe she was having a moment and she was concentrating. But
that song that was playing is the same one that happened the last time she used her eyes.
Okay.
Indomitable, I think it's called, which is a reference to the creator of the show.
And then I guess she hears the roaring of the big boy, and it kind of breaks the concentration.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see Harriet kind of run around circles around the feet of the fucking thing,
which I feel like for someone with super speed would have an easier time here.
I guess that's it. Like this, now this thing is like the true beef.
This is the actual threatening Grim. Yeah.
And then Mike, at this point, you're like, Penny, no.
I love fucking just slams Penny away. Ouch.
And freaking RWBY doesn't even like stop at all. She just goes and just goes right to Penny. She doesn't think about the citizens or the civilians around or Harriet trying to fight it off by herself. This giant thing just
nuts and dolts. Nuts and dolts. Nuts and dolts. The ship name between RWBY and Pyrrha. Or Penny.
I was on edge though. Like I'm anytime she's involved in the fight, I'm like, all right.
But freaking, are you okay?
Penny, are you okay? Ouch! Those tusks sure are dangerous.
I love Penny. Best girl.
But then the part where you're talking about that puts the hole in the theory, I have thought about this one quite a bit. We see Harriet gets hit.
What is it?
And then she has an aura shimmer.
Or first of all, she gets hit. Then she catches the foot and holds it up. So I'm thinking, all right, now we got to overpower strength again from the fast person, which I guess kind of makes sense with her character because she has big legs, strong legs. She's fast. And
she also has an exoskeleton.
And then she has an exoskeleton, the top part to hold it up. But even then, you see the exoskeleton kind of waver and start to short out because it's too much weight. So in this case, we know that it can't, at least this one isn't a piece of paper.
Yeah. Let's do back and forth.
At least to Harriet, it's not. Comes back, and then it's a red aura that shatters. Pink aura that shatters. So are aura normally different colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's aura is a different color.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And it typically is in line with the theme of their character, which I thought pink was an interesting one for her, because with her semblance, and that's how it's typically related, is semblance based or character design.
Like yellow or something.
Exactly. But hers is pink. And if we remember back to the photo of Watts and Pietro and their team, there is a woman there with pink eyes.
Yep, I said, I knew you're gonna get back there. That was the second thing. I was like, I know he's gonna get back to this photo. Tracer steps here.
Mech 5, she took an aura hit, but it's a pink aura that doesn't fit her. My theory, I'm still holding to it for now.
And then the coolest part of the episode.
Sorry about that.
Not the coolest. One of the coolest parts of the episode is when she starts firing her beams at the freaking Primer Jailus. RWBY comes in, cuts that tusk off, slams it in the ground. Boom, there's the trip. Leg is still there, Mike. Did not cut off the leg. There's the trip. Boom, laid down.
It slammed it into its own tusk. Very rule of cool moment.
That was fucking awesome.
So I can respect that moment. I wish that more of the Grim were a threat than just that one, but you still, it's cool.
I think
The protector of mantle.
what might possibly support your theory though, kind of is like the laser beam and like her like lights on Penny, because they're green and Pietro's aura is green.
Mm.
So there's a potential correlation there, because her augments are also like they kind of like red, pink. Like it may be something there pulling at strings, but yeah, I could see it. We need more data.
Yeah. If the woman scientist in the photo didn't have pink eyes, I would have just said, that's it. That's everything. I've got nothing else here. Because when Penny takes a hit, we don't see an aura shimmer. So, it's still against Mech 5 as a theory, but it's possible.
We'll see.
I don't know what the acronym will stand for if it's not Mech 5. But I guess one of them might be the odd man out, so maybe their team name wouldn't actually consider that. I don't know.
The dog man.
But then we cut to Tyrion attacking Hill. And Tyrion's just flexing on her. Catches the fucking arrow with his fingers.
He's like, oh, what up? Oh, what up?
But then she's backed up by Clover and Crow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we get the reference of Clover saying, or Hill saying, Ironwood said that I might need backup. And as much as I hate to say he was right, here they are.
Yep.
Whatever she says. And so that's going to be a fight.
Yeah, I just don't know how it's going to go.
And we see a scene in the opening for every episode where it's Tyrion fighting Hill and Crow, but not Clover.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Is he gonna die off rip, or like what's gonna happen? Like,
well, you're not the only one with a grudge. You both have to get in line. So you have to wonder what's going on. Really, you do.
Maybe Clover will die.
The real thing is Tyrion and Clover are brothers.
My God. They're lovers.
A scorpion tail this whole time.
Connor said it himself. They don't have to have the same thing going on. They both don't have to have a scorpion tail.
Maybe Clover, if he is a faunus and has a trait, maybe he had it cut off.
Maybe he hides it.
Maybe it's
the simplest contacts.
And maybe it's as simple as contacts. All these concepts that would be great to implement for faunus and for world building and for just cool concepts. I've got them in the D&D. They just don't have them in the show.
Rest in peace.
I don't want to say I'm a better writer or anything, but in terms of handling faunus inequality, I am a better writer. They've handled it terribly.
I still want to know what's in that briefcase.
Are you talking about Watts?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the D&D again.
He's got embarrassing Christmas photos of everyone.
Well, I mean, and it references. Okay, so like when the doors slam, Arthur Watts. That was a really cool moment.
Well, Watts arrives in Amity Arena.
Yeah.
And then it's revealed that it is a trap set by Ironwood.
Mm-hmm.
It's Arthur Watts.
I don't know if you'll notice, but when he throws the briefcase, it shows him throwing the briefcase and it shows where it lands. That's going to come into play later, right? I mean, that can't just be a thing.
Probably.
Welcome.
And then comes into play the coolest one of the coolest weapons in this show so far. The freaking rings on his finger. Right? I mean, fucking how OP is that?
Ding!
Shields.
He's able to control pretty much electronic shit around him, and then
he's making a hard light dust shield.
Mm-hmm. That's freaking OP as fuck.
Oh yeah, it is great, and I love the fact that we're getting a new arena from what we've seen in Volume 3, kind of like a Gravity-esque one with the shifting platforms.
And you see Ironwood's face go from so confident to, oh shit.
I probably should have calculated for this.
I thought he was gonna do something cooler too. He's like, "Welcome," and he was up there, and he just jumped in. And I was like, "What are you doing, man? Like, you just gonna have like a showdown, or like, did you actually plan a trap?"
I thought I was gonna scare him over into the good side, or to surrender or something. I don't know. I was angry. I wasn't thinking it through.
Hey, with the risk of sounding cliche, he definitely won't go down without a fight.
I did love that line.
Dude, I love that fucking gun.
It has so many fucking guns. So many fucking
I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't even remember what the fuck it's called.
Barrels or
Is that just all it is? Barrels?
No. Chambers.
Chambers.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's like at least 30.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, at least 20. Yeah, 20 or 30. And you're thinking, and just the design of that fucking gun. I mean, you know it's going to be dust related.
Oh yeah. Watts is going to have something fun, and I hope he wins the fight, or at the very least something interrupts the fight. Because as much as I love Ironwood, I don't want Watts to die yet.
As a villain, as one of the only like stable villains this show.
Yeah.
You just have to wonder. I'm thinking, what if, like, before he walked into the arena, he had an idea about this, and he set something up in his bag to where it would be hacking the system while he fought Ironwood.
That could be.
So he tosses the bag off to the side, thinking so Ironwood doesn't think anything about it. And while that's all going on, whether he wins or loses, he's going to win because something's going to happen at the tower.
I would be okay with that, because that's what I've expected will happen with the Amity Arena, is that it's going to be hijacked and transmit a Salem signal.
They would use it for evil.
Yeah, because if it's not complete, like I guess to what extent is it not complete? Like if they were to use the staff to lift it, like would they still be able to use it? And is that the reason why, or
No, they're not using the staff either way. They're using dust, doing it the old-fashioned way.
that's what they want? But the way I'm seeing this happening is they're gonna find out about the staff, about the location of it. I'm assuming Watts would either know or someone is gonna find out very shortly. She told him to go get one relic.
He didn't know anything about the arena, but he definitely knows everything about the city. He hacked the system. He has all the credentials.
But the relic wouldn't be involved in any of that. There's nothing there to hack in that room. It's just an elevator that leads up and down.
Yeah, but does he know that the relic's what holding the city up?
He might not.
Probably not.
But who knows?
Who knows?
That's really pretty much the episode.
Yeah, it was very short. That was the one thing about it that I loved the whole episode, except for the fact that it was like with the ending and the beginning stuff, cutting all that out, it was about 12 and a half minutes. It's like the shortest fucking episode ever.
It's like the good old days.
I think they did it on purpose because they probably had a lot they needed to cover, and they're like, we're going to split this up into 2 episodes.
I think we've still got 3 coming. I think we're going to have 11, 12, and 13.
That'd be cool. I thought they were gonna have 2 more, but 3 more would be better.
13 is the typical anime length, which is what they've been moving and adapting more towards.
But yeah, what a great episode.
Certainly an interesting one.
Any more theories, Michael?
Oh no. No, as somebody in the comments was like Yang versus Neo rematch, and I was like, yeah, I would probably want to see that too.
I want Neo to win. I don't want Yang to win another fight. I'm so sick of Yang winning every fucking fight.
Well, she only won the last time because of Raven, and I guess I can't really chalk that up as a win.
It's just, since Volume 4, I don't think Yang has lost a single fight she's been involved in.
Yeah, like post Adam.
Mm-hmm. Adam was the only fight she lost, I think.
That really brought her down.
And then, of course, next time, fucking stone-faced. Oh. She was blah, blah, blah. It was just who you were pretending to be. Shut the fuck up, Yank. Shut the fuck up.
GG.
I'm sorry. I still hold. I love Yang, but I hate Yang.
They really changed her character. She went from this bimbo to more of not a bimbo. Just they've changed her character a lot when they redid the animation.
Which her character did go through a lot of changes during that time, but still, there's just so much that could have been better. Like when I've spent so much time looking for Mom, and then I found Mom. Fuck you, Mom. That's pretty much what that conversation was.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Adam fight. Oh, the fucking Adam fight. Such a disappointment, that fight. I really don't have much to add to this episode. There wasn't much for theory crafting. It was a little bit on their probably no to Mech 5 and then Clover stuff.
I brought up some good theories earlier in the episode, or earlier in this discussion. I hope they pan out. They make more sense than most of them do.
Speak for yourself. All of my theories make perfect sense. That's why the hacker.
Get that up out of here. I will not accept this.
I want Zach's new character to have freaking boots.
If Winter's the hacker, his new character will have boots.
I'll have a pizza and some boots. Yep, pizza and boots.
Rocket boots. Na, 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 na.
Well, let's jump to best boy and best girl and then the ratings. Mike. Best boy, best girl.
Well, best girl for sure is Penny, as usual. I'll give it to Ironwood this time, though. Even though I wish he would have done more, but I guess he'll probably do more next episode.
We'll see. Travis.
Best girl, I'm gonna say in this one, I'm gonna say Penny. Just
heck yeah.
I like the test thing. The test thing was fucking cool. Throwing that shit down, just ripping it, burning it up, throwing it down, and then the two things that she was like, where she was like, "What is it?" It's just like, okay, fine. I'm on the train now. And then the best boy, best guy, whatever. I gotta give it. I mean, you gotta give it to the bad guy in this one.
Watts?
He was just too cool. He was just too cool. He walks into this situation. It's like he knows it's going to be a trap, and he's prepared. He's like, "Hey, I knew you were going to be here. I knew something was going to happen. Here's my cool rings on my fingers. I'm going to control this arena, and here's my awesome gun. You're about to get fucked." It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see the next episode.
Best girl for me, Penny. So we're all in agreement there. She was adorable this one. She had a lot more to do. And just, again, the other characters, so many times they just piss me off with like little one-liners. Ruby, Jesus Christ. He's telling the truth, guys. He's telling the truth. He's doing it. He's really, really doing it. Shut the fuck up. And then best boy, it's a mix between Ironwood and Watts, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to Watts on this one.
I knew you would.
I love them both so much,
Makes sense.
and it was a hell of a speech that Ironwood gave, but that ending bit with Watts was just so good.
I wish he had something like actually planned. And it would have been like better.
Maybe he does. And that's what Travis is saying. It could be.
Yeah, at the end of it, he's like, "I have the high ground."
Oh no, I mean I like Ironwood because he just like
Oh.
I got you trapped. Rats.
Maybe he's got more of a plan. He does have 2 gun holsters. Maybe he's gonna whip out a second gun. Yeah, that's my plan.
I saw that. I was like, he's shooting with 1 gun, and he has 2 guns. I'm like, all right. And then at the same time, you have to wonder, like, because he's fought him in the past. He knows him. He knows him well, so he knows what he's capable of, right?
Maybe.
So surely he's planning ahead.
What if his robotic hand turns into a gun? Still don't know why he'd carry the holster, but like that could be cool.
Yeah. What if that gun's not a gun?
It's a rock, and he's gonna smash him with it. Oh wait, take 2 steps back. So
Boomerang.
it's a yo-yo. Or gets bored, he just takes out his hand.
Yo-yo would be fucking cool.
Gun, yeah.
Would absolutely not fit his character, but it would be a cool weapon. Well, ratings. Mike.
I would give that a 9.
Travis.
It's gonna be my highest one so far. I'm gonna say a 9.5, just because the episode was a little short. Other than that, it was a great episode.
I'm gonna say 8. Left something to be desired for me.
There's something missing for you.
It left me wanting more.
It left me wanting to punch Ruby.
You're moving further and further away from liking Ruby.
It's just because of the fucking truthful debacle. Loved Ruby as a character. Never had any issue with her before this volume. And then, we're gonna lie to Ironwood. Why?
I mean, she had a reason though.
A
Like,
bad reason.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you gotta think about who can you trust, really, you know. And if Osmond was holding the truth from him, why should she tell him? You know what gives her the right?
What more can she do with that information that Ironwood wouldn't want to know? When Ironwood's plan is to rally the people to kill Salem, why would you not tell him that you can't kill Salem? There is no justification here for me.
I mean, yeah.
Again, I am a very rational human being. But even emotionally, it still makes sense to fucking tell Ironwood. Don't want to tell anybody else? I can get that. But that's the one man you can trust in the world.
Yeah.
Him and Sun Wukong. They're 2 people in the world that you can trust.
Yeah, Sun. You know, I wish he'd come back into it because I really liked him.
I'm sure we're gonna see him again once we go to Vacuo.
And then, if that's the case, are him and Blake gonna do something again, or is it like straight up? No, I'm gonna be with Yang now.
I don't know. Maybe they're just gonna be the infinite will they won't they couple.
I just realized, what is Tai Yang doing right now?
Jacking off.
I just thought about that. I was like, Yang's been gone for like the longest time now. Like, what are you doing right now?
He just lives in a cottage. Like, as far as we know, he doesn't even work aside from like the occasional huntsman job.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the mother is the dog, so
He's fucking Zwei.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
and come to the fair. All right. If anybody here would,
Yeah.
would be coming.
Well, he's just trying to make love to his wife. I don't know. Tai Yang, I'd love to see more from, but I just can't imagine we're going to get much. He really doesn't contribute anything. Maybe we'll come back when we figure out more about Summer or need to, but that's it.
He's not that important of a character. I think you're right. I don't think they'll involve him much more in it until he dies.
Just gonna start killing off every character that they can. Pull a George R. R. Martin. George R. Martin. Is it RR or R?
Double
R. Double R means you're a pirate.
Peter. Yar.
Yar. Yar, Steve. Look, it's Steve the pirate.
Well, I've got nothing else to say.
Me either. It's a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Get another one.
All right, well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Be sure to let us know whether you did or didn't by using those like buttons, the comments, or subscribing. And make sure you also spread it around to all of your friends, too. I'd also like to thank our patrons. With support like yours, we're able to slowly improve on our content, so thank you so much for supporting us. If you're not already a patron and you'd like to support us directly, be sure to check out our Patreon in the description below. We have rewards like stickers, shirts, behind-the-scenes content, and even the ability to make a major character to join in one of our D&D campaigns. Well, once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.